Namaskar and welcome back. The other day I was talking about one of the secrets of success is firm determination. But what do you do if you don't have enough determination? How do you increase your determination? And I pointed out something interesting in one of our Guru's discourses where he said that determination will grow naturally as your love for the divine grows. So the more love you have for God, for the Supreme Consciousness, that will give power to your determination capacity to make sacrifices for what you love. And then one person in the audience asked a kind of obvious question, so how do you increase your love for the Supreme Consciousness? And one of the things I said at the time was, if you make this a priority in your life, and you think about it a lot, how can I increase my love for the Supreme Consciousness? You will naturally find ways. But after that, I thought a bit more about it, and I thought it's a nice topic to think about. How can I increase my love for the Supreme Consciousness? So that's what I want to talk about today. What is love for the Supreme Consciousness? I think that the primary aspect of it is how much of your attention you are devoting to the thought of the Supreme Consciousness. How often do you remember? So if two people are in love with each other, if someone's really in love, they'll be thinking about them all the time, right? And ready to make sacrifices so that they can be with that person or make that person happy, right? So how often you are thinking about the Supreme Consciousness can very simply be, how often do you remember your mantra, right? And how long do you spend in meditation? How deeply do you go in meditation? How focused are you in meditation? So maybe you can increase your love by giving more time to meditation. If you don't have the capacity to put more time into your meditation, then you can focus on remembering your mantra more often during the day. So you can work on that. And by remembering your mantra, both your first lesson and your second lesson mantra, for those of you who don't know what that is, so when you're doing silent meditation, you repeat a mantra which is focusing your mind on the thought of the Supreme. And the second lesson mantra is, as you are moving about during the day, you constantly remind yourself that the people and the things that you're interacting with, the work that you're doing, are all the divine consciousness in that form. You remind yourself, I am not the doer. The divine is doing everything. So these are ways that we train ourselves to increase the thought of the divine in the middle of our worldly activities. So that's how we increase our love. And another aspect of it is, how much am I ready to sacrifice so that I can spend more of my time? So we have lots of competing interests apart from our meditation and apart from thinking of the divine. And these competing interests take up our energy and our attention and pull our mind away from the divine. So asking yourself that question, how much am I ready to sacrifice of my other enjoyments in order to give more attention and more focus on the thought of the divine? And I was looking at one phrase that our master often said to us to focus on what is required from us on this spiritual journey. And he said sadhana, service, and sacrifice. So sadhana means spiritual practice, meditation. Service means helping the children of the divine, helping the creation, helping the universe, which has a purifying effect and which makes it possible for others to also progress and live happily and live comfortably. So, sacrifice, what does sacrifice mean? It means that giving up some of the things that you enjoy so that you can put more time and more thought into your spiritual practice. And this morning I was reading a passage by our Guru where he said that if you want to get the highest prize, the highest object, you have to be ready to pay the highest price, right? So nothing, if you want self-realization, if you want enlightenment, if you want the highest achievement and if you want absolute happiness, you're going to have to pay something for that to get it. So what are you ready to give for that? What are you ready to sacrifice for that? So I think spending time to think about those questions, right? Do I want this highest achievement, this highest happiness, this absolute happiness? And if I do, what am I ready to give for that? And it occurred to me, you often hear it said that you get what you pay for, right? And I think to some extent the same applies to spirituality. You get what you pay for. So the more that you are ready to sacrifice, to offer, the more you can get of that absolute happiness. And when you are ready to sacrifice everything, and only when you are ready to sacrifice everything, can you get everything in return. So that's the thought I wanted to share with you today. I hope you find that clarifying. Thanks for joining us. Namaskar. Have a good day.